My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Taurus. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading, a 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these two beautiful roses as a token of my love and appreciation for you all out there for supporting me. I love you guys so very much. So thank you all so much for your wonderful, amazing support. So this 5 card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, the fourth, the past, the fifth, the future. Now I'll draw a vampire oracle and then a favole card, but let's get started with card number 1, which is you. Ooh, you get justice. Interesting. Well, I'm kind of getting two senses here. The one who's in a relationship and the one who's a single Taurus. Well, let's look at the single Taurus for a moment. For any single ones out there, it looks like that you have so much patience and, you're incredibly balanced and down to earth, okay? You're an earth sign, you're grounded, you're down to earth, you're natural, you're nature, it just, looks like, that you're the one who has patience, it's like, you're not the one that just, drastically just has to, will jump into a relationship, say, okay, let's try out this new individual, and then it breaks later on. It's like that's what I love about Taurus is how rational you guys think. You guys are really, yeah, you guys think ahead. You guys really, have the proper, way of, expressing yourselves and stuff like that. It's just, I find it very remarkable. But for the ones in a relationship, it looks like that you're the one that also has patience, but you're also incredibly balanced. And of course, it's like you're the grounded, down-to-earth individual. I mean, you could have Libra, in your star chart. You could even be with a Libra. I know that there are Tauruses and Libras together out there. It's very harmonious. But that's kind of what I'm getting here is, you're incredibly balanced in your own way. And of course, you should be the balanced and grounded individual. So, I'm not surprised. That you would get such a nice card. Who's the other person? 9 of Krills. Oh my goodness. It could be a water sign of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I'm kind of getting here, okay, for the ones who, haven't met this individual yet. So again, to the single Tauruses out there, I'm sure you will find somebody who will be incredibly fulfilled by you. I mean, you're the one who has patience, you're waiting, and then maybe, someday, whether it's, in a grocery store setting or in a social setting or something, this person will definitely fall for you because a lot of humans, they want to feel grounded and stable. They don't want to just constantly be in a exciting situation, I mean, for those who enjoy that instead, it's like, okay, it's good to take chances and stuff like that. But a lot of humans, want to be able to know that everything is secure and structured, For the ones who are in a relationship, this looks like the other person is indeed fulfilled by you. They're very happy to have you. They're, they love your groundedness. They love your rational side. They love, your down to earth, feeling and, just loving side because, your planet is Venus. It's the planet of love. So that's a very, beautiful, feeling to know that the other person feels incredibly happy to be with you. Well, let's see the connection. Oof, my goodness. Why did this big bad wolf have to show up? Well, okay, big bad wolf had to show up, but what I'm kind of getting here is for the single ones is that I'm kind of, yeah, okay, you're still in a single situation, I mean, and maybe, it's like, maybe you do have your eyes on somebody, but yeah, it's like, I'm getting, the reason why you're hesitant and patient, patient especially, is because, it's like, you don't want to jump into anything all too irrationally, to think, okay, I need to be with somebody because, it's like if you jump into something too quickly, you could just end up, it could just break instantly without actually getting to know each other through the courtship phase. But that's kind of what I'm getting here is, it's like for the ones out there, I can understand that, either A, you're still in a poverty, not saying poverty or left out in a cold kind of situation you could be, but it's like, it's more or less saying, okay, if I can understand, why you're kind of just in a balanced situation and grounded. So, but for the ones who are in a relationship, I might recommend that you, will rethink this connection because the thing is, it's like the other person looks to be fulfilled by you. But yet, you're the one who's incredibly balanced. So, in my, what I'm only getting here, but of course, to each their own. If you enjoy this connection, 100%, that's your prerogative. I'm never going to tell you what to do or never ever order you around. But what I'm kind of getting is a one-way street of love and passion, and that's love and passion is mostly coming from you because Venus is your planet of love. So maybe you're the one who constantly instigates dinners. You're the one who constantly brings the other person lavish gifts of whatever it may be, and the other person is just enjoying it and saying, "Oh, I love this, I love this," and then you're the one that's probably just thinking, "But what about me?" You also, need to make sure you get love and respect and also, mutual, loving in return, right? Because, it's like, to each their own, no judgment ever coming from me. But if you feel like that you're kind of, not getting the same amount, I would make sure you do. And otherwise, I would rethink this connection. Whoops. So, but let's look at the past. The Tower, yikes, okay. Well, technically, the Tower is a blessing in disguise kind of card. So, it's like, obviously, okay, looking at the single, Taurus, maybe you only had, negative luck in the past. I'm not saying you did, but hypothetically, let's say that, you did have negative luck by, that's, you've tried to court and you've been rejected or something, or you tried people and it just didn't work out for you. But what I'm kind of getting here is like, normally with the Tower, something obviously has to break down for new beginnings. So technically, any person that ever rejected you, refused you, ignored you or something, and that's kind of like the Tower thing, embrace it because, those people, do not deserve to be around you. It's like, if you have, confidence, love, and support for yourself and stuff like that, use that, 100%, because the thing is, self-love is very important. Self-acceptance is even more important and stuff like that. And people, who just want to reject and refuse to saying, "Oh yeah, you're not my type, you're not this and that," you'll forget about those types because, they're not worth your time. Eventually somebody who's really going to be the yin to your yang, the real match to you, is definitely going to be worth it and stuff like that. So sometimes you do need to have patience if you're still in a single situation. But in this situation, we'll forget about everybody who rejected and refused you because, they were not ever worth your time. And, I would just kind of ignore them and just try to find something way better. For the ones who are in a relationship, I can understand how, it's like, okay, maybe you did have negative relationships in the past with whoever, but the thing is, it's like, it's always good to be very, grounded and rational like yourself. I love, the grounded and down to earth, zodiacs in this world because you guys are incredibly rational. And so, it's like, if you have any kind of patience and stuff like that, hopefully you do. The thing is, it's really, important, after, any kind of negative experience to kind of just say, okay, let's wait and see how this will continue to go. Because the thing is if you were to jump right into a relationship after a negative one, it's like, it's always good to do, self-care, self-love, and self-healing before you decide to jump in. But of course, to each their own. If that is how you work and it works out fine, perfect. I'm just only, giving out my, personal suggestion. But let's look at the future. Five of Knives, interesting. Well, I'm getting both sides. Well, speaking of the single Taurus out there, you will definitely, win somebody's heart over with the Five of Swords. So I would just, my suggestion for you is just have patience. Your time will eventually come. Any person who just ignored or refused you, ignore them in return and forget about them. But eventually, I do see that you will be in a very strong courtship phase because, you will win somebody's heart over. Definitely. And that's what the Five of Swords is. And I love the Five of Swords. It's all about, putting time and effort into something and actually winning, For the ones who are in a relationship, I just kind of get this also mixed feeling on a positive note. Yeah, on a positive note, I'm kind of getting, like, either, it's like you will be able to express yourself and to be able to communicate all of your desires and needs to the other person, and the other person is going to be like, wow, I never realized that. Yeah, maybe I will give, Taurus, chocolates, flowers, cufflinks, ties, whatever, whoever's watching, of course. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting is, is that eventually you will, win some kind of, positive battle. On the negative side, if you were to divorce or, to instigate this divorce or breakup, you will definitely be the one to win, and so then you can pretty much be the one to call the shots and say, okay, I'm done. I've tried, being with you, but I just can't, handle this connection anymore. So, whatever, reading resonates with you, of course. So let's look at what Oracle has for my beloved Taurus. sacrifice, renunciation, offering, and letting go. Okay. Again, I'm getting, positive and negative sides of sacrifice. Now, for the, positive side, it's like, okay, it's like maybe you're the one who's going to be instigating a divorce or a breakup of some kind. Maybe you had to, sacrifice a couple of negative flings with other humans out there. But what I'm kind of getting is, I would be able, do either, offering of saying, okay, I'm going to, present something to you, or I would pretty much just, renunciate and let go of any kind of connection. So whatever, side you decide to head towards, it's entirely up to you, but that's kind of what I see in this reading for you, my beloved Taurus. So let's finish off with Favole and see what Favole has. Wheel of Fortune. My goodness, I think this applies more to the single Aries out there, but there's definitely going to be luck on your side real soon. Can't say when, where, or how, but somewhere in the future, could happen during, your birth season of April, May, but it could also, just be that sometime, even, it's like all you need to have is patience and stuff like that. And even for the ones who are already in a relationship, instigate a divorce, a breakup, or even if you want to try to mend any kind of negative situation between you and the other person. But there's definite beautiful luck on your side. So honored and happy to give you this reading. Well, my beloved Taurus, I'm going to have to leave it at this for you, but if this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe me on more vampire journey towards the future. I just want to thank you guys so very much for supporting me and my channel. I love you guys incredibly, so thank you all so very much for all of your love and support. In a few days, I'm going to go back to general readings, so I'm going to go back and forth between general and love for now, but I just want to say how much I love you guys, so thank you.